People of the mentally reacted world, we are back once again. It's Kyle with a T and the Gooch. And thanks for having us. We're here. Back for another week. I'd like to apologize right off the bat. I made a little mistake last week and said that Alistair Overeem was going to win, and he didn't.
Yeah.
So, for all my Alistair Overeem bettors...
That went slightly awry. Not gonna lie, it went worse than awry. He looked terrible.
He didn't look so good.
I'm sorry, but that was like all in all. I don't know. It
didn't seem like the normal Alistair Overeem.
He didn't seem like he had any confidence going into it.
Yeah, he didn't seem very confident with the takedown. I don't know. I don't know. It wasn't his best performance. That happens in the heavyweight division. It seems like guys have off nights. You can't.
Yeah.
I mean. He's had how many fights? Maybe that was just an off night. Who knows? I don't know if that would have happened in 10 more fights. I think he would have got a different outcome a couple more times.
Yeah, I get that.
But, we won some, we lose some, and we won 2 more out of those 3. So
True.
Corey Sandhagen, what a night he had. Absolutely amazing. And then Beneil Dariush, coming off his comeback of the year, looked great. I mean,
that was a pretty good fight.
Complete performance by that guy.
That was the best fight of the night. Like the knockout was sweet,
forth,
but all in all, the best fight of the night was the Beneil.
That was a very technical fight.
And Ferreira did a great job.
Yeah, Ferreira was great. You can tell why Ferreira was ranked so high to begin with. I mean, the guy looked amazing. And
like Beneil said in his post press conference, it's does both of them an injustice. They should, like he said, I feel like he's been slighted, and Ferreira should feel like he's been slighted. The fact that they were both ranked, that they have been ranked under 10, and neither of them have been given a top 10 opponent at this time.
Yeah, and they've even been slighted in the fact that honestly, that probably should have been the main event. As far as talent-wise goes, that was an amazing fight. Or even Corey, Frankie.
I mean, for being like a legend against a new good up-and-comer, you would think that would want to be the main event.
Yeah, I think one of those two should have been the main event. I understand why they do Alistair. I always understand when they do the heavyweights. They're always
get a good knockout going.
Yeah, get a good knockout or something like that, and which they did. I mean, Volkov did look very impressive. His hand speed was very good. Mm-hmm. Alistair couldn't secure a takedown, and I think that would have been the big thing. Like I told you going into the fight, I think.
Yeah, he didn't even try.
Yeah, he didn't. Well, he looked like he shot a weird single leg like in the second round.
It was like, but I feel like it looked like he just like dropped straight to his knee, and he didn't really go for it or anything. It was everything seemed to be like kind of half-assed.
Yeah, it just didn't seem like the performance we were hoping to get out of him, and I imagine that had to sting because this was probably his last chance at a title. He is definitely getting up there in age. I think we'll see him fight a couple more times, but I think that was it for the title run.
Yeah,
unless he like knocks somebody out.
Yeah. He goes on some kind of crazy run.
Yeah, but I don't think we're even going to see a run. I think we got 2 more fights out of him in the UFC. I don't know what his contract looks like, but I don't imagine that.
Yeah. Hey, who knows? Maybe he moves to Bellator.
Yeah, no, there's a good chance he does that. And I mean, they're cracking right now.
As we'll talk about here in a little bit.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it later.
That
Bellator
tournament in April is looking pretty sweet. I'm not going to lie.
Dude, I can't wait. Well, I mean, we just haven't been able to cover Bellator in the beginning of this year so far.
Yeah.
And there wasn't really anything like super notable at the end of the year. That you had Patricio Pitbull, who is an awesome fighter. He's 100 and 55 and 145 pounder. I think he could come into the UFC and beat just about anybody in it right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a fantastic fighter. I'd love to see him and Max Holloway fight. They match up so well.
Oh.
Real fast hand speed on both.
Just
and
be
they're both
duking
just
it out.
dogs. It would be a phenomenal fight.
That's cool.
But yeah, let's get into some of the action over the weekend. We didn't just have UFC, though, this weekend. We had a whole nother fighting event. We had Bareknuckle fighting, which was fantastic. I gotta be honest with you. Just for the entertainment,
I was gonna say it's
package.
more entertaining. What did I say to you? It's like a real combat WWE.
Yeah, no, pretty much. I mean, we had some of the coolest moments, just like viral moments. Let's get it going.
This is pretty. It's just so funny.
Because BKFC puts a lot of effort into this. And I was not going to let Paige VanZant outwork me. You cannot outwork me. Yeah, I'm not the most technical boxer.
Nobody can outwork you. Congratulations. What's going on here?
The water on the head. Trash.
That girl doesn't have a name, and I'm not going to call her out. But you'll never fight her. You will never be in this level with me. There's a level.
Who is she talking shit to in the crowd?
And it's not getting in and
Somebody
taking
who's
someone else's
wearing
shine.
a
That's called
Brit
garbage.
shirt.
Garbage tries to
She
take
has
people's
shirts?
shine.
I mean,
Well,
I'm sure.
congratulations.
Holy shit.
What a fight. What a moment for you.
Yeah, that.
I need to talk to Mr. Donovan and see if he has any bare knuckle fighting people in the camp. I don't know because
it'd be wild.
I would love to talk to one of these
That'd be
people
wild.
and see if any of this.
So this is
scripted.
another thing. These people,
Yeah.
everybody who's
Brittany
in this
Hart,
sport,
this is the same lady.
I know. But you have to be just an absolute psycho.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like an absolute psycho.
I'm not a person, though.
Or you could just be not a person.
I'm
I'm
and all of you guys
feeling.
are gonna feel it.
It's like
That is like I've just gotten. I've heard people say that in the same room after they just finished hitting a meth pipe.
Yeah.
Like, I've had similar conversations with people right after they hit a meth pipe.
I'm a feeling, man.
I was like, all right, dude. This is why I don't do meth.
This is why that's not cool. Yeah. I want to be human. I want to remain human for the
I'm
most
cool with
part.
being
I'm cool with
human, bro.
being human. Yeah.
Oh, man.
That she is a wild person. I mean,
I'm a feeling.
again, a mix between that. You get the run up from the WWE. You get the water getting tossed. Like, it's all so dramatic and entertaining. And then you've got this guy, who I want.
There's so much CTE.
Like,
They need to pay this guy's doctor bill. This is fucking wild. Can you clip that so we can just play it after people get knocked out from now on?
yeah, I'll work on that. I'll work on that this weekend.
Holy shit.
It's,
Look at his head. He looks like a caveman right now. God bless this man.
What was the fight?
That was
Weili
Chris
Zhang?
Lieben.
No, remember Weili Zhang, Joanna?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
he's starting to form the
Yeah.
Joanna bubble. You know what I mean?
absolutely.
The alien forehead thing going on.
The alien from American Dad bubble.
Oh
as I
my,
like to
yeah,
call it.
yeah, that'll definitely get clipped.
He's looking like a
That'll
caveman,
definitely
though.
That dude, well, the beard doesn't help. The hair doesn't
That's what
help.
I'm saying.
And then he is a complete Neanderthal, just like go try to make fire outside, guy. Like, Jesus Christ,
rub some sticks
like, come on, dude. The fuck, crazy,
Oh,
crazy,
my
crazy.
God.
But again, bare knuckle. If nobody who's listening has watched bare knuckle fighting, it's pretty brutal. It is more brutal than regular boxing or UFC. Like,
Yeah, no,
they start leaking a lot earlier, but it's entertainment. Like I said, it's like real combat WWE.
Yeah, no,
It
I know.
is
It's like Rough and
fantastic.
Rowdy meets the UFC, and
Yeah, it's like Rough and Rowdy. Take all your gloves off and everything, and just really duke it out.
it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Brittany Lauren or whatever her name is, and Chris Lieben for getting it done. Though I think Chris Lieben finally retired from fighting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Chris Lieben knocked that guy out. That caveman.
The
fella.
caveman. Oh, wow.
So
Nice.
good on him.
Yeah,
you know,
that's cool.
Hopefully that's his last fight ever, because I don't want to see him caveman.
He's gonna become that guy eventually.
That's the only way it goes in bare knuckle fighting. I feel like Jesus.
Unreal.
Yeah. Yeah, this is pretty wild. Is this the guy that Mike Rod fought?
No, this was the featured prelim. So the fight just before it, I think.
Okay.
Mike Rod fought another African American gentleman. I can't.
Mike
think of
Rod
his
got choked out, right?
name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see this fight, but this guy probably gonna have to have surgery on his eye.
Yeah, that's gotta
and he's
suck.
probably not gonna be fighting for a little while.
I think
You
those
think?
eye injuries are pretty. I don't know. I don't know 100%, but I think you can come back from those pretty quick.
Like a shattered orbital, because I'm sure he's got a shattered orbital. Like that's a broken eye socket.
Yeah, you might be right. Maybe I'm wrong.
I have absolutely no idea. So like I just don't know.
You kind of sound right when you said shattered orbital, and that does sound like he would have to be
Like
out for a
because you
while.
like can't see, and again I've never had one, so I don't know the vision impairment thing. But I would assume that his left eye is going to be messed up for a while, and if you can't see, that's probably a pretty big. That's
Yeah.
a big. If you can't see because of blood in your eye, they call the fight.
That's actually the one thing I worry about most with UFC fighters is them losing their vision, like Michael Bisping has. I mean, that's gotta suck.
Oh, it's unreal. Yeah, that's crazy.
So hopefully this guy gets better. What's his name again?
Justin James.
Justin James, get better, brother.
Hopefully we can see you fight again
Yeah,
soon.
hopefully see you fight again soon.
Next we've got knockout of the year, probably.
Yeah,
it's going to be hard to top.
Yeah, it's going to be real hard.
It's going to be
top.
a lot of Clyde Drexlers coming up, and I just don't think that any of them are going to top.
Yeah,
this guy.
that's the perfect way to put this. Clyde Drexler was a guy who looked like Michael Jordan, played like Michael Jordan, but wasn't Michael Jordan. This is a History of Hyenas reference.
Yeah, shout out.
Just to put everybody on game.
Shout out Yanni B and Chrissy D.
Come back together, boys.
Yeah.
Let's get it back together. Quit fucking around. But yeah, this is going to be knockout of the year because this is a legend. This isn't.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
You know, this guy has went to war.
Did you
Frankie Edgar had been knocked down 5 times in a round in one point in his career.
He's just a monster.
Yeah,
the guy's a
like,
warrior.
You
the guy's
can't
a warrior.
put him down. He'd only been knocked out one time before this. So
did you see what he had said after the knockout? Like after the fight, he like posted something on Instagram,
he was like,
and he's like, hats off to Corey and everything. It was a fantastic knee. He goes, thankfully, I don't remember much from the other night, but all I remember is that I lost, and I want to give a shout out to Corey. He got knocked out cold.
I heard something where he was like, he was talking to his coach, and he was like, "Did I take this fight on short notice or something like that?"
Yeah,
like, he had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
Shout out to him for being in good spirits about it. But
totally.
this is unreal.
Oh my goodness.
Right on the button.
Literally.
And in some ways, I think this might have been better because this could have
that
been
is
brutal for
crazy.
Frankie.
For Frankie, yeah, he could have gotten.
I mean, Corey Sandhagen just.
A clean knockout is like could have been is possibly the best scenario for Frankie.
And Corey handled it well. He was like, you know, it's awesome that I got the knockout, but you never want to see Frankie Edgar go out like that.
Oh no, that's somebody that I'm sure Corey has looked up to through
Absolutely.
his, since he was a kid.
And I imagine
through
he
his
never
entire
thought he
fighting
would
career.
fight either, because at 135
totally.
pounds,
Like
you
that-
know,
yeah.
it doesn't even make sense that they're fighting.
That they're
at
actually
this
fighting.
point. And there they are standing across the ring from each other.
Yeah.
And it makes a lot of sense for Corey because, man, the notoriety for this kid is going to be through the roof right now.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, shout outs to Corey. That was an amazing performance, brother. I don't have enough good things to say. It's got to be title fight next for Corey, the winner of Peter Yan.
Who's number one?
Aljamain Sterling.
Aljamain Sterling.
Yeah, which is an awesome fight. Aljamain actually was Corey's last loss. He choked Corey out in the first round, so Corey's looking to get that one back. So
Yeah, he wants that.
I think Aljamain is going to win, and we're going to get the rematch between the two, which
be
will
good.
be awesome. Great fight. They're just to the future of the division. Corey could even go up. I mean, the guy is so big for the division. He could go up to 145 pounds
And still compete.
contend with anybody in there too, I think.
Yeah. Well, moving on to
Yeah, moving on. I got our highlighted fighters. So this one just makes sense for both of us because he's a
shout
local
out.
legend.
Shout out.
Eddie Wineland. Man, I couldn't love this guy enough. Eddie is from Indiana. We are also
shout
from
out Westville, Indiana.
Yeah, Westville, Indiana.
Only about 20 minutes down Highway 6 from where we are from, Valparaiso.
Absolutely. At one point, my dad was trying to sponsor Eddie when he was in the WEC and he was the champion because my dad was like, "Whoa, this guy's a champion." in
Guy's pretty
fighting.
sweet.
I want to put
First time I ever saw him fight was in the HFC, Hoosier Fight Club.
Oh, you actually saw him fight at Hoosier Fight Club?
Yeah. Because like my brother-in-law Kurt, or my old brother-in-law Kurt, he had a friend who was fighting at the same time. So
Okay.
like we went for his friend, and Eddie was the main event.
Sure. He was probably like the champion.
He was like the
or whatever.
champion at the time or whatever. I think I was like 12.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Dude,
I was
that's
so
cool.
young. I was so young.
And now we're covering him. But yeah, I mean, he kind of got me into the sport in some ways because there was a local guy that was in the UFC. So,
Yeah.
you know, I have followed the guy pretty much his entire career, even through the layoffs and stuff like that. He worked at the mill, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy couldn't be more Indiana.
I've hung out with his brother countless times.
Yeah, me too. Cool guy.
Cool guy, you know, party in their garage and stuff. He was good friends with my buddy Tyler, so we would always go out there and hang out. I've never met Eddie personally, but his whole family's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I don't think I've actually ever met Eddie personally either, but good guy. Just a cool story. I hear nothing but respectable things about him from other fighters and stuff like that too.
Yeah,
And
that's awesome. All right,
just a
we'll
cool
get to
guy. But
his
yeah.
top finishes.
And man, he's got a fucking lot of them. There are some good ones too.
So this is
Eddie
Wineland
loves keeping his
Jorgensen.
hands low. He just because he's so fast. And look at that.
Just unleashed.
That's that region rat right hand, dude. Wow. You hit him with that region rat right hand. Here's the deal. You going to sleep. Bam. Right across the fucking nose.
Yeah.
I probably could have called it right there. And look how bloody he is. He must have taken some fucking damage. Guy's a warrior. He's been in it. I think he's like 24-14. So like 40 professional fights almost. Insane. Yeah. Guy's just been doing the damn thing. And he's been at the highest level. He's fought for the UFC title before.
This is Sands versus Wineland.
Yeah, this seems to be a little later in Eddie's career because his back tattoo's gotten quite a bit bigger. But there's that region rat right hand, dude.
It's all about the right hand.
It's all about the region rat right hand.
Oh, he tries getting up. Eddie's like, nah, dude.
Nah, dude. He's been torquing fucking bolts with that right hand. Do you think you're going to get up from a goddamn combo with that thing in it?
That was clean.
No, sir.
That was so clean.
Man. Eddie also, I believe, right now, has the most knockouts in bantamweight history.
Oh, shout out.
Yeah.
That's a good record.
Yeah, that's quite a record to have. It just, like, he just hasn't had, like, the run, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
he's never had a belt, has he?
He did in the WEC, which...
Well, yeah.
I mean, that's just as good.
This is WEC 53 right here.
This is fucking American as shit. Kind of clipping him a little bit.
Yeah, right there on the side.
I'm trying to read his sponsors. Bam!
Fantastic.
Big
That's one of my
slab.
favorite knockouts.
Man, his back tattoo has gotten so big.
That's what happens when you get some money.
Yeah, dude.
You can go spend some money and some time in the chair.
Because he's got some of that, he got them 50K E-Gay bonuses, dog.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
You get a couple of them 50K E-Gay bonuses.
You can get all tatted up.
You get all fucking sauced up. He goes, an NFL quarterback getting slammed to the turf with a helmet on. God, I love how they used to just try to relate this to any other sport.
Yeah, exactly.
Mitsugaki. Ooh, dude, just so faint. Oh, he doesn't have his legs behind him.
No. He was on
region
skates.
hat, right?
He's on skates.
I think it's just the most Indiana thing how he just clips people with the right hand like that. Just hands at his hips and fucking
boom! He's like a sharpshooter.
Dude, he really is.
Mitsugaki opened up for the hook, and he literally just
He's just real sudden.
It's like a
almost like Bruce Lee.
You know, like a judo chop. Yeah, it's good.
That was pretty fucking sweet. Man, Eddie's a monster, dude. How the hell is this guy? How come Eddie's always fighting these Asian fellas?
Ooh. Oh my. Oh, the
Jesus
right.
Christ.
He never throws a left. He never threw a left.
That's not reaching that right, dude.
It was just like 7 rights consecutively.
He fucking beats the shit out of him here. This is when he started having the handlebar mustache fully, too.
Popov.
I love that name.
Oh, the right. He never throws a left. Oh, God.
I love Eddie, dude.
How tough is Popov?
Yeah, I would have to agree.
I agree. Oh, my God. He's just
Popov's tough motherfucker. Oh, that'll do it.
Finally call it. I would have called it so long ago.
I know. He's just kind of teeing off on him.
Oh.
Popov's going to be shitting blood after this one.
One. Oh. 2, 3, 4, 5.
He just goes right after right. Yeah, that is a fucking tire iron coming
This
at your
guy
face,
is
dude.
dude.
He's a one-man wrecking machine, dude.
Right.
He's a region right-handed wrecking machine. That's what Eddie Wineland is.
What a guy. Do you know who he's fighting?
Not a clue. The money line's even, though. I could actually look it up. Here, hold on. I got it on my phone. Eddie Wineland is fighting John Costanza? John Costanza.
George, get out of the fucking octagon.
John Costanza, George Costanza's son, is fighting Eddie Wineland. I got Eddie Wineland in that one all day.
Yeah. All right, moving. This is the main event, right?
Yeah. So, I got some other bets on it. We'll go over later, but we're just gonna cover the main event because we get to cover one of the most entertaining fighters in the UFC right now, Derrick Lewis. So, play some clips. Derrick just removed his shorts in the octagon.
Look at that. I don't know why he did that.
I don't know why he did that. Dominic
it.
Cruz says.
That's Volkov, who would actually watch fight this weekend.
I'm here with the winner, Derrick Lewis. Derrick, why'd you take your pants off?
My balls was hot.
I understand.
All-time line in a UFC.
Joe Rogan's response is perfect. I understand.
I understand. Joe's like, I've done that. Joe's like, I've done that. I've gotten done rolling around doing jiu-jitsu, and I've taken my pants off because it is just so hot.
I've wanted to do that, dude.
It's, I mean, Derrick, he just speaks the truth.
Every time I go to the gym, I just want to like take all my clothes off while I'm there.
Another great thing.
Oh, yeah. Derrick Lewis wins. Everyone eats for free.
Between 2 and 4 p.m. on Sunday. Shout out this Popeyes wherever you are. Oh, let's see here. It's we'll give it a good shout out here at 9120 Barker Cypress Road in Cypress, Texas.
I think this is by Derrick's house or something like that.
Yeah, local. Must be local Popeyes. Also, Derrick will eat for free at this location for the rest of his life. Shout out that manager.
Yeah.
Whoever's running that franchise.
That's
that
badass.
one right there. That's pretty sweet.
I imagine Derrick really appreciates the shit out of that.
He's a good guy, yeah. So in good fashion, we will get to some fantastic top finishes from the man himself.
The man himself.
This is Luis Gonzaga, 2016. Oh my dude.
He's got so much power. I wonder when they're going to cancel him for his nickname, the Black Beast. Can they cancel that?
I don't think so.
Well, they just canceled. Never mind. We'll talk about that later. Canceling everything right now. Cancel Derrick Lewis for being the Black Beast. They're going to say, hey, that's not cool.
That doesn't have any negative connotation.
You would think, but they'll find it.
I guess.
Anyways. Derrick Lewis just beat the shit out of this guy. All right, this is a little younger Derrick Lewis. You can tell he's a little skinnier almost.
Yeah.
As they say that he's on 264 pounds.
Just knocked him out on the ground, and then his head's bouncing off the canvas.
It doesn't take much. I think that's the thing you'll realize with these is if he lands, I mean, it's pretty much lights out.
Dude, I think he knocked him out on the first one and grazed him. Mm-hmm. And then the second one just destroyed him.
Look at that. Man, there's such mean punches, too. He has so much aggression behind his punches.
Yeah.
Rock and roll, Derrick. Rock and roll.
Louis Tybura.
just loves
Done.
teeing off.
Done. He said, I'm going to stand you up,
And I'm going to knock
and
you
I'm going to
out.
get an opportunity to put you back down.
The ref couldn't even get in there.
No.
You see that?
Yeah.
He was like, hey,
Yeah.
you did it. You did
Yeah.
the thing.
I'm the law here, Derrick, and you need to stop.
He's like, all right. Boom. Good Lord.
Ugh.
Dan Miragliotta said, hey, you got to quit beating the shit out of this fella now.
Please don't beat the shit out of me.
That's been about enough, all right?
Louis Pesta, 2015.
Man, he transitioned really well right there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
And the
know if that
ground
just
is
has to
round.
do with his weight. I'm always confused with how good of a wrestler he is when I watch him.
Dude, he is destroying his guard.
Yeah. He's just breaking
Dude,
right through it.
literally, that guy couldn't have his hands up in a better way. Literally, that guy defended himself every way, like, perfectly. And these punches are just going through him.
Oh, my God, you're right. He really does
Like,
have his guard up perfectly.
He does, and like he knows, like he
And
comes
he's
to the right.
moving,
He's
too.
moving. That's what I mean. Like that guy's defending the punch in every way, shape, or form. How he's always been trained. Oh, Louis Volkov.
Yeah, this is probably
This
his
is-
best
this is-
knockout
yeah.
because this is as time's expiring. Volkov had won every round of this fight until this point. That's brutal.
Yeah, he's so gassed right there.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, his balls are sweaty. That's like that. That's
Yeah.
like he is.
All adds up.
That's all adds up right there. Got that right. And then the ground and pound is just murderous.
And what I've noticed recently is when the mouthpiece comes out, or mouthpiece, not going to be able to get it out.
The mouthpiece
There we go.
comes out.
When the mouthpiece comes out, that means they're going to get the shit beat out of him on the ground for a little bit afterwards. As long as we've been watching fights here, that's what I've noticed. When their mouthpiece like kind of comes out,
Yeah.
that means they're out
And
cold,
yeah,
but they're
and
still
they're
going to get the shit beat
beat
out
on
of
the
him.
ground. Yeah.
Look at him. He's looking to
Herb
Jesus
is
right now.
yeah. Louis May is 2014.
How was that not his best knockout? This better be pretty good. I thought he was just Jesus Christ.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my dude, end the fight. Dude.
They're trying to. Trying to end the fight, brother.
McCarthy should have grabbed him long before that. McCarthy should have put his arms around him long before then.
He fucks people up.
Dude, he grabs him by the back of the head and just starts to destroy him.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I don't
He's
think you learned
literally-
this one in a gym.
No, he learned that one from. He probably murdered a man once in the streets, and he's like, I know exactly how to knock this guy out. He's a resilient one, but that one guy, Lewis Brown.
Oh, actually, this is a great
2017.
knockout, too. This is actually hilarious. Travis Brown is Ronda Rousey's husband.
Yeah. Ugh.
Boom, boom, boom.
Dude,
boom.
dude, dude.
Dude, he's just dribbling heads.
It's like he's like, oh, dude, it's like one of the speed bags. I play with these in the gym sometimes.
I keep fucking them up in the gym, but they'll let me do it to people.
Ugh.
See if they get to
Right here, his hands go away and he just starts bouncing his head off the canvas.
Boom. Jesus Christ.
That angle is disgusting.
Dude.
That angle, watching his head really bounce back and forth between the canvas and Derrick's fist, is disgusting.
One thing I'm going to point out about when Derrick Lewis fights is if he fights a white guy, they get the fuck beat out of him.
And maybe he gets canceled for that. Maybe someone goes back and finds all that out, and they're like, "This guy is a little too much."
He's beating the fuck out of these white guys.
Oh man. Oh man.
Oh man. All right, so I'll get into my picks real quick because
Okay,
I
cool.
do have a little parlay. So my first pick obviously is Eddie Wineland. Talked about that earlier. Sergey Spivak, he's just a great fighter, good wrestling, pretty good stand-up. He's just a complete fighter. I think he's going to get it done pretty convincingly.
I think we bet on him previously because of his name.
Yeah, and now he's just good.
Now he's good.
Yeah, I think I watched him because of that fight, actually.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, Sergey, I got you. Tom Aspinall, dude, you could put so much money on him. Yeah,
let me
pull
pull
up
up
the
Tom's
picture.
stuff real
He
quick.
has not been out of the first round ever. He spars with Tyson Fury.
What?
Yeah, this kid is ridiculous. So he has lost before.
Oh, he's a heavyweight.
Yeah, he's a heavyweight. He spars with. He's like one of Tyson Fury's sparring partners. But go down. Look at his finish rate. This is since he's been a pro. So KO, 1 minute and 16 seconds. TKO, 1 minute and 21 seconds. TKO, 56 seconds. KO/TKO, 45 seconds. KO/TKO, a minute and 35 seconds. And he looks disappointed after the fight, is the weird part. Like, he just thinks he can do better. I think he just wants to stand somebody up and knock him out clean, and he hasn't done that yet. He's kind of taking him to the ground after, like, a clean combination or something like that.
So, yeah. Is he a box? Like, does he come from, like, a boxing?
I think he comes from, like, a boxing...
He's sparring with Deontay?
Tyson.
Or Tyson, I mean.
But
sorry.
yeah, so he comes from the same gym as Darren Till.
Okay.
Team Calvin. So good gym. A lot of good fighters there. And he's just he's a big dude. I think he did come from a boxing background. Like I said, he does spar with Tyson Fury. One of his losses is a submission, so I think that just goes to show that he doesn't have the greatest ground game, but that's okay in the heavyweight division early on, especially.
Yeah.
He's fighting Andre Arlovsky. Andre can't take a punch anymore, unfortunately.
No.
Andre's been fighting forever.
Oh, yeah, he's old.
This might be one of his last fights, and it's not a good look for him. So I honestly think this kid's going to get it done in the first.
Oh.
But he's my lock of the card. There's no way Andre gets through him. He's just too dominant.
Yeah.
He's only favorited like 2.5. He should be like 6-1 favorite.
Yeah.
Realistically, he is just so good and so talented. He's going to be a real competitor in this division when he starts fighting some real bigger names.
Yeah.
Not that Andre Arlovsky is not a big name, but some of the ranked guys.
Somebody more relevant right now.
Yeah, exactly. And so that would be my lock of the card. And then in the main event, I clearly have Curtis Blaydes. It's kind of surprising since we covered Derrick Lewis, but honestly, I think Curtis Blaydes is the better fighter between the two of them.
Yeah.
Well, he's just got a complete wrestling game. The only thing you got to be nervous about if you're Curtis Blaydes is the fact that you're fighting Derrick Lewis, and the only way you've lost is you've been knocked out by Francis Ngannou twice. If you look at Curtis's record, it'll show he's got 2 losses to Francis. Both
TKO.
One of them was a
and
doctor
KO,
stoppage.
TKO.
He was gonna win the doctor stoppage one, I kind of think.
If they went to decision.
Yeah, well, he looked pretty good, but Francis was just clipping him. He had a big cut, and they ended up calling it. The second one, a little different story. Francis looked actually better than he did in the first fight. But look at the guys he's beaten. He beat his own teammate, Alistair Overeem. He beat Mark Hunt, Alexei Oleinik. I don't know who the hell that is. Let's see. Who else did he beat? Junior Dos Santos. He dominated Volkov. I mean,
Really?
yeah, that's why I thought Alistair was going to beat him because of how easily Curtis Blaydes took him to the ground. But I think that's actually just a testament to how good Curtis Blaydes is at wrestling. Because I think if him and Volkov fought again, you would get the same deal. You actually might get a Curtis Blaydes decision because Curtis Blaydes is going to be a little more familiar with him. Curtis Blaydes is kind of like the Khabib of this division.
Gotcha.
His wrestling is undeniable. The only guy who's going to pose any problems with him in the wrestling game is going to be John Jones, and he might even be better than John Jones. Who knows? Both of them have JUCO. I believe Curtis has a JUCO college background. But yeah, he's just a complete fighter. I think he's going to be fighting the winner of Stipe and Francis after this one. Yeah, and their common opponent would be Junior Dos Santos, and Junior Dos Santos knocked out Derrick Lewis. So, I mean, and that was the only fight that Curtis Blaydes, I think, in like recent history at least, that Curtis stood a guy up and knocked him out. All his other knockouts are pretty much, I took you to the ground, I beat the hell out of you, and eventually you just give in. Kind of similar to what we saw from Derrick Lewis on some of these, but more of a technical aspect to it.
Does it worry you that he went the distance with Francis?
That was a different Francis, I would say, because neither of them threw like a punch in that entire fight. I wish we could pull up the stats because it's terrible. It was one of the worst fights I've ever seen.
That's weird.
Yeah, and you would think that they would just go and one of them would be out of there in 30 seconds, but
Yeah.
instead they kind of like were scared to punch each other. Derrick Lewis was throwing like wheel kicks and shit.
Yeah, that's actually really funny because let me pull up, see if I can get this up real quick.
The stats for it?
Not that specifically, but something that I saw. These are
Yeah,
the
that's
last
what I'm saying.
4 fights for Francis.
It's so weird. Francis fought Stipe the first time. That was Francis's first loss, I believe, in the UFC.
Uh-huh.
And then he just was like kind of in a lull. They bucked him against Derrick Lewis, and he lost to Derrick Lewis. And then eventually he kind of picked it back up, obviously.
His last 2 fights are under 30 seconds.
Yeah, no, and one of them came Velasquez, which is insane.
The guy's got that's you want to talk about made
He
of
literally
concrete and
just
steel.
Or blitzed Rosenstruck, not bitched.
Oh, he did. Yeah. That was crazy. The Rosen streak. That fight was crazy.
Yeah, insane. But yeah, if Francis wins, I could actually kind of see them doing Curtis Blaydes versus Francis 3.
Yeah. Huh? I could see that.
I think Curtis should fight for a title if he wins this fight. Actually, whoever wins this fight should fight for.
Who's got the title right now?
Stipe, and he's
Oh
fighting
yeah, that's
Francis
right.
in April, I think.
Oh, is that
Something
on
like
the books?
Yeah, that's actually on the books.
Oh,
now.
nice.
So,
That should be good.
Yeah, the division's gonna move soon.
That should be good.
All right. So yeah,
All right,
that'll do it for
moving on from the
fights
card
this week. So those are my picks: Curtis, Sergey, Eddie Wineland, Tom Aspinall. I would say just take them all singly if you want to be safe.
Yeah.
Like I said, my lock would be Tom Aspinall. If you want to get crazy, go by knockout.
Is Sergey favorited?
Yeah, Sergey is very favorited too.
So there's no dogs?
There's no dogs. Eddie Wineland and this John Costanza are even money. So
to be honest, I'd take the parlay.
You take the parlay? It's not a bad parlay. Plus 400. So yeah.
I'd probably just take the parlay.
Yeah, maybe just get after it with the parlay. Run it.
All right, moving to some reacted news. Nate Diaz is just too high for his own good. He probably should not do talk shows anymore.
Maybe you shouldn't, brother.
Yeah, the podcast, whatever show he's on, the Hawani show. Like this, and then there's another clip of him trying to think of who is in the division and like who he would fight, and he's like, the guy he fought, and then Hawani's finally like, oh, Charles Oliveira. He's like, yeah, Oliveira, fight that guy. It's like,
how soon would you like to fight in a perfect world?
What's the month right now?
February, early February.
Jesus Christ.
I say April or May.
I'll say April or May. It's just like, he has no idea what's going on.
What month is it?
It's early February. April or May.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's pretty hilarious. He also, in the other clip, when he doesn't know who he would even fight, Hawani says something about, like, would you go down to 155 to fight any of these guys? And he said, hell no, I'm not going down to 155. They got to come up to 170. And I was like, what? You literally just said you would fight someone and then said,
I'll bully you at a bigger weight.
That's exactly that. Like, literally, no, I'm not going to go fight them where I should be fighting them, where they are good. They got to come to me.
That's
where
why
I'm
I
going to
think
beat
him and
them up.
Dustin are actually going to fight. I think there's a pretty good chance we see that because.
So in the clip, he says the only 2 people he would fight would be that he wants to fight is Oliveira or Dustin, and that
makes sense.
Yeah. He wants to be able. He said he only wants to fight the best.
Yeah, I don't know. He'll fight Conor if they
And
offer.
at
Conor,
one point,
he'd fight Conor.
Yeah, I think he would too, just because of the money aspect
Yeah.
too. Like, there's that fight again would just bring in ridiculous numbers.
Exactly.
There's no getting around that at all. Other funny stuff that happened last week. We had Rough and Rowdy on Friday.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Which
We
was
could have covered another fight.
Fantastic.
Jose versus
fantastic
what's his
event.
name?
Billy Football.
Billy Football.
Jose threw the fight. Everybody.
Yeah, what a
it is
piece of
now
shit.
well documented, known that he had a torn shoulder for like 6 months leading up to the fight. and that his whole intention was to lose. Like he purposely threw the fight just to get paid. So then there was a lot of questions about like how much did he get paid? So Dave tweeted that Jose got paid last night, Friday, February 5th, $50K guaranteed. He got $50K more if he won. He also had a rev share deal that if they broke their pay-per-view record, which they did by a landslide. They had like almost 175,000 pay-per-view purchases or something like that, which is like they've like never broken 100.
Oh wow.
So all in all, Jose made over $1 million to get bullied for 5 seconds in a ring by a kid who's like 22.
Yeah, and like half his size too.
Yeah,
that's unreal. Fuck you,
no,
Jose.
It's
Canseco.
funny because Billy actually had a reach on him.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. Jose was like 4 inches taller, obviously like 150 more pounds than the guy.
Yeah, sure.
But, yeah, Billy had like 1.5 inches reach on him.
Yeah, fuck you, Jose Canseco, you piece of shit. You're the biggest piece of shit probably in sports.
Oh, dude, hands
like even going into this, it's just like you would think at some point this guy would be like, I'm done being the biggest piece of shit in the world. O.J. Simpson is more likable than Jose Canseco.
Agreed.
How fucked up is that? We know this guy murdered somebody. Everybody likes O.J. Simpson more than Jose Canseco.
It's pretty crazy.
Consider that, Jose Canseco, you sack of dog shit.
Yeah. Yeah, literally.
Just really think about life when you're living,
I guess enjoy your $1 million.
Yeah, I guess. Fuck you, though.
But, yeah, don't... Yeah, I can't stand the guy. I'm like...
O.J. Simpson should fight Jose Canseco next.
At the next rough and rowdy, just line it up. Just say, run it.
UFC rules.
Speaking of off, I don't want to say off-brand because Bellator is good, and I don't want to seem like a Dana White guy out here because Dana's a...
We call it the other league over here.
Yeah. We don't even say their name or use anything.
I won't say Bellator.
Bellator MMA is awesome, and they just cut a deal with Showtime, and these guys are going to be running a Grand Prix, light heavyweight Grand Prix in April. So it's consecutive weeks, I think.
Yeah, they're 7 days apart.
Yeah, so it's April 9th.
I imagine it'll be like similar in July and October too.
Yeah.
Or, July rather.
Yeah, so April 9th is the first round. So we've got Ryan Bader versus Lyoto Machida.
What a fight.
Legend. Then we've got Corey Anderson versus... I got to zoom in. I got to zoom in a little bit. I can't.
Come on. You got this.
Oh, it's not going to let me zoom in. Davoletsani Yegezermarudov.
Sure.
He's
supposed to be really, really good. I don't know who he is. Yeah.
Okay. And then the following week, we have Vadim Nedekov.
Yeah, he's also supposed to be really good versus Phil Davis. Phil
Davis looks like
cool.
Vadim has the belt.
Yeah, I believe Vadim won the belt from Bader.
Gotcha.
So that's why they're on opposite
That's why
sides.
because they're one seeds.
Yeah.
So he's facing Phil Davis, and then probably the most anticipated fight of them all, you have Anthony Rumble Johnson against Yoel Romero.
How fucking dope of a fight is that?
Like,
they did
unreal.
this so well because this is what they did. They did this really smart because they have kind of the two unknowns. You have Phil Davis fighting the champion. Phil Davis is kind of like an up-and-comer guy. So if he beats the current champion, that's huge for the promotion. And him going forward, even if he loses his next fight. Then you have Ryan Bader versus Lyoto Machida. That's just going to draw seats because everybody wants to see that fight. Ryan Bader is, a legend. Lyoto Machida, legend.
Yeah.
Corey Anderson is facing probably the best wrestler in the light heavyweight division. Period.
He's just supposed to be a monster.
Yeah, this guy's supposed to just be a monster. So that'll be interesting as hell. Can't wait to see that. And then you have just a blockbuster monster man fight between Anthony Rumble Johnson and Yoel Romero.
And I love that because
see that?
Exactly. I love that those guys are they are fighting each other in the first round.
No
because
reason to risk
there's no reason to risk them going and being like, oh shit, now we've got the two most recent UFC guys here pretty much just made it to and won the Bellator
the only
championship.
risky bracket is the Phil Davis Vadim one. Other than that, there's kind of like a superstar in each one.
Yeah. They're kind of separated.
MMA goes, these guys are superstars.
So then after the April fights, we've got the winner of each of those fights will fight in July, most likely on a back-to-back weekend thing, and then we'll get the championship in October. So, I mean, come on. Great deal to sign up with Showtime and do something exactly like this. This is huge for the other league, especially, I think Yoel, like, that's a huge thing. Like, for him,
this is Anthony Johnson's first fight in forever.
That too. Like, when I first saw a picture, I was like, dude, he's got so much gray in his beard right now.
Oh, I know. He looks old.
But I don't know. I'm super excited for this. I think this is going to be a really cool event.
Yeah, no, I did too. We'll be covering it. This will be great. I mean, this just gives us another great thing to cover. So, thank you, Bellator.
Yeah, shout out Bellator. I am excited for April.
All right, now we got the GOAT just whipping balls.
Yeah, we've got
maybe the most risky throw of his career.
Crazy. It's wild.
Good Lord. He was shit-faced, dude. Did you see the pictures of this asshole?
Yeah.
Getting carried around. Holy fuck.
Gronk caught it.
I cannot believe he did that.
Yeah, I mean, throwing the Lombardi trophy.
What if that doesn't go?
Someone's diving in the water, and Tom Brady's not the one. Someone's diving in the water.
A shark just
There's probably going to be like 8 guys diving in the water. Tom Brady's not one of them.
He's going to be laughing.
He's going to be like, do you remember last time when the Patriots won last, and there was a video of them playing baseball, and Gronk lays down a bunt with the Lombardi trophy, and he puts in the fat dent in the football?
No, I did not realize that.
Let me see if I can find a clip real quick.
These fucking jackasses.
So here's just a picture of it. There.
Holy
and then
fuck.
That's the dent that it put
Are
in
you
it.
shitting me?
Yeah, this was the last time the Patriots won during the parade. Unreal.
Disjustice to the trophy.
Unreal. These guys just don't care. These guys just don't care.
Throwing it, playing baseball with it. They've had it so many goddamn times, they don't even respect it anymore.
Yeah, well, I saw somebody retweeted the video of him throwing it and goes, after you've won your 7th one, you just really don't know what to do with them anymore. You just start playing catch with them in the bay. It's pretty good. This is all-time freak out college basketball.
Yeah, Chris Beard, come coach the Bulls next year. I love you.
The energy is so real.
And look at Chris Beard.
Coaching Texas Tech cares this much. Awesome.
Well,
they're 7 this
this
year.
anger
you know?
goes
What do I
back
know?
to that 4th foul on McClung.
Yeah, so they had like
Tech, you're out of here.
They had like 4 really bad foul calls within the last like 3 minutes of this game that led up to this freak out. Walks over, gives Bob Huggins a dap. He says, "I'm out." Bob Huggins goes, "I respect that because I've done that and I've been thrown out of a couple games for it."
He sat down on the court.
He showed him, yeah. He had to show him exactly what was going on.
And he's still going after this officiating crew.
Yeah. Fantastic. He says, "Throw me out."
Fined all hell next week.
Yeah. Oh, dude, the athletic department for Texas Tech is going to be paying a lot of money to the NCAA.
Yeah,
a lot of money to the
Chris
NCAA.
Beard,
we'll go through this first.
Oh yeah, things that make me mad. Fucking. So this guy's just working, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, let's play the video because it's pretty cool. I've seen it. Like I've seen this video. This is an old video.
Mm-hmm.
It's a guy working on an oil rig.
This guy that tweeted the video doesn't even work on the oil rig, right? Says, I watched this like 5 times. This is what you call work. I would tend to agree with him. This is pretty fucking impressive if you do this all day.
That's work.
Every day.
I mean, I love the choreography with the chains. When it like at the very end.
Yeah, and it's like spinning up all crazy.
He wraps it up on the upper portion of it, and it keeps going up. Yeah, I mean, these guys are probably in like down in Texas or Oklahoma or something. Just working on an oil rig.
Look how fucking jacked this guy has to be just to do this every day.
Chucking. Those things probably weigh 60, 70 pounds a piece, and you've got very little help from the machinery to move them.
He's just fucking
just yanking things all day. This is my favorite part.
Yeah, this is so crazy.
tosses it in, and then right as it goes, tosses it up. Whoop, whoop.
So dope.
Yeah, it's
All right.
cool.
So this just, I don't know. I fucking hate America anymore, I think, because you can't just enjoy that this guy works hard. So this guy tweets after that. He goes,
shout out
getting crippled.
Simprano Tony, the Ballad of Gay Tony Simprano.
Yeah, so he probably doesn't like the Sopranos either, so, go fuck yourself. But he goes, me getting crippled in Maine for the profits of ExxonMobil. Oh, yeah, this is work, you softies. Well, yeah, it is fucking work. I'm sorry, you fucking softy piece of shit in your goddamn office job that you don't consider this work because you couldn't do it, because you literally probably can't lift a fucking 5-pound dumbbell. But this isn't work to you. This guy didn't even tweet it. You're all upset. Oh, man, this guy, he's over here being proud of what he does. I'm sorry. What the fuck are you proud of at your goddamn office job where you're selling fucking dildos or whatever the fuck you're doing? Go suck a goddamn dick and enjoy that this guy works hard, and it's okay that he works hard and you work hard too in two different aspects.
Just, Simprano, go look at all of the things that you use everyday life that use crude oil. In the process of making them.
That's what I'm saying.
All that jazz.
This guy makes a lot of things possible for you, and you're just talking shit about him.
Yeah.
And he didn't do anything. He never even tweeted the video. Some other guy did.
Yeah.
He said, I've watched this 5 times.
And this guy, the guy doing the work, he doesn't care. The guy makes $100 to $150K a year to do this, and he's got a fantastic piece of property and a very, very cheap place to live because oil rigs just aren't in suburban or urban places. So this guy is living large and could give a fuck less what Tony Simprano has to say about him. That's for damn sure.
Yeah,
that's for damn sure.
Yeah.
He probably didn't even know he's being videotaped. He's probably just the best guy on the
white collar retail workers fetishizing real work as they cripple their backs by 45 because they feel insecure is always a good time. Like, no, he's just working.
Seems he's insecure.
You're insecure, motherfucker. Fuck you, Tony Simprano.
Yeah. Hey, Tony, give me an email at mentallyreactivepod. We'd love to have you on the podcast and discuss your thought on
why
oil
people
rig
can't
workers.
work hard.
Yeah. Shout out. So I don't know if this is real, but I mean, we bet a lot, so I figured it was kind of along the lines of this show. The gentleman who streaked at the Super Bowl evidently
bet on himself.
Yeah, so like this obviously isn't like a legitimate prop through any sports book or anything that's legal. So Pat McAfee talked a little bit about it on his show. He thinks that he just went through like some bookie in Florida somewhere that he knew, and he evidently put like $50K down that there would be a streaker or somebody be on the field at some point during the game. There was him, so he bet the $50K on the prop bet at plus 750 that there would be a streaker. And it cost him. I don't know what's right, but I've heard multiple things that it cost him. This says 500. Other places I saw was 1,000. So he had a friend that distracted. His friend jumped on the field first and distracted a whole security team, and then he jumped on the field and actually sprinted onto the field because the prop bet was like you had to run to the 50-yard line or something like that. Like, he actually had to be on the field at some point.
You think he's just bullshitting? Because I feel like this is just another way to draw attention to his
Well,
company.
again, I have no clue if any. There's no way for anybody to actually fact check any of this because it's not a
what
legitimate.
Would you say? Your guess.
To be honest, with the way that gambling has been romanticized and played up by the media, if this guy knows a bookie who was willing to do a streaker bet, I mean, I could see it happening. It does, like, if you do the math, it only costs so much money to get. It cost him $500 a piece to get out of jail.
Right? No, I understand that,
but
where would you find somebody doing a streaker bet? I guess.
I mean, again, that just comes down to whether or not he truly knows a bookie. Like, I could call up Dan, and I bet Dan could get me involved with a true bookie off the legal books. You know what I mean? And try to be able to be like, would you prop up this kind of bet? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
There's still a lot of illegal gambling that goes out there.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. That's true too.
So like whether this is true, I have no fucking idea.
He would do the 50,000. I guess that's the hard part. for me. That some bookie would be like, "Oh, you're gonna bet 50,000 on the streaker bet?"
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
It seems weird to me. I'm not really buying it, but hopefully that for his bank account purposes, it worked out, and that actually was true.
Yeah, because 374, he supposedly gave the guy who distracted the security team 20.
What a dick. I guess, not a bad deal, but I would have given him a little more.
Yeah, well, shit happens.
Yeah.
You should have been the one to run on the field then, if it's true. If it was all true.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I guess that's true.
If I would have been like, fuck that. You're like, how about you just don't go to jail? I'll run on the field. You give me $150K.
Yeah, there you go.
How about you sit in the stands? You've got the bet. I'm going to run out there and go do the thing. I'll go to jail. You bail me out. I'll take half the cut. You don't even have to deal with anything.
That's a good point.
Again, it's probably fake, but it's just a good story when I saw it. And again, so Pat has been on a run with just terrible fake news, like the Andrew Luck rumored text messages and then knows? This. So who really knows? But I just thought it was funny. And then...
Oh, another thing that pisses me off. So my hometown of Valparaiso has the Valparaiso University there, as you know, right? Valparaiso University, VU as they like to call it.
Yeah.
Home of the probably greatest college basketball play ever in March Madness.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially.
Yeah,
I would
cool.
say. Anyways, so Valparaiso University, their basketball team, football team, tennis team, I think their tennis team actually just got canceled this year. Anyways, all their other teams have been known as the what?
The Crusaders.
Yikes, don't say that around me, bud, because you're canceled. You're canceled, bud.
Oh, okay.
You're canceled now. You say Crusade. I don't even want to say it.
You don't want to say it?
I don't even want to say it. It disgusts me that a team, you can name your team Cowboys, Vikings.
The high school's name's Vikings.
Canceled. We're not doing that anymore either. We're not doing Cowboys either. If they were real people at any time, can't be mascots. So from now on, we're going to have the Valparaiso University Turd Munchers. I think we should vote on the name.
They just came to a decision that they're going to be retiring the Crusader and coming up with a new mascot.
I think they should go by the Valparaiso University Elliott Pages from now on.
Because they're transitioning?
Yes.
Okay.
And this is a new chapter in their life.
You want to know something funny?
Is that an option?
The university, like the number one donor for that university to be built was like the head KKK chapter of the time within northern Indiana. It was like evidently, or I believe it was like their property or something that they then sold to the university at a like highly discounted rate.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, the Ku Klux Klan was actually formed in Indiana.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, so it was like a big presence back then.
And those guys are a bunch of knuckleheads.
Yeah.
Not
cool.
Yeah.
Not cool. So it's just funny that like the history is like there's dark history about that university and they're just worried
about Crusaders.
About the name, the mascot.
So what are they getting at? That like Crusaders in Mexico? Is that what they're talking about?
Well, the Crusaders were like hundreds of years. They would literally just invade land, kill, rape, and pillage whoever was there and take all of their resources.
That's everybody.
Correct. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the Vikings. That's the Cowboys.
Again, yeah, no, I agree 100%. I'm not. I haven't disagreed with you
I know
at all.
you're not disputing.
But like
their
reasoning is that the Crusader has a bad connotation because of that.
It's the softest shit I've ever heard.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's Valparaiso University. They've never been a very hard school. Not gonna lie. It's good for making some lawyers. They got a cool little
wouldn't hire
prayer
a
room or whatever.
from there anymore.
Oh man, Chase's dad went there.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Take that shit off your fucking mantle. Nobody cares about.
This week in Florida, this guy was. He said.
Has he got a glass eye?
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
So he's already having a hard time seeing the Super Bowl. And his girlfriend decided to come in and change the channel on him. And he said, "Goddamn bitch." And he decided to just whop her. You know?
Did he kill her?
No. He just beat the shit out of her.
How long? Because in some ways, this doesn't seem like he should be arrested.
Oh, no, he caused several injuries. He was punching her enough to where she was bleeding. She had cuts all over her face, her swollen wrist and hand, meaning that he was grabbing her and probably restraining her. Like, this guy beat the shit out of her for changing the channel.
You know, I don't agree with that.
Probably.
I don't agree with that, and you shouldn't do that. But scroll down a little bit, go back. All right. Go up a little bit.
Well, White told deputies that the victim was running her mouth, and it made him angry.
So
deputies
I don't agree with
that
what he
White
did.
had no visible injuries, and his account was not consistent with any physical evidence.
That she wasn't running her mouth? How could you tell that with physical evidence?
Well, that's the thing. You have to have the physical evidence to be able to prove that. Like either way, you know. So he's so in the instance of her being cut up and him not having any injuries on him.
Yeah, he went too far for sure.
Yeah,
but she shouldn't have been running her mouth either. So we got to meet somewhere in the middle, probably.
I'm not meeting anywhere in the middle on that. This guy beat the shit out of his wife for changing the channel.
The Super Bowl.
Yeah. Super Bowl was shitty this year anyways. One team didn't even score a touchdown.
I guess that's true.
Changed that channel all night.
And now, don't put that precedent in there.
Next we have all-time Florida move. This guy was wasted and stole a floating tiki bar so he could keep that buzz going. So like the Coast Guard found him. Literally, there's just a floating tiki out there.
What the fuck?
He was out in Key West or whatever. The guy just like unhitched. He was wasted, hopped on this thing. It was full of booze.
It wasn't his though?
No, this is like a bar, like for a bar. Like this is like in Key West.
They just have like floating tiki bars?
Yeah, Key West, like each key is literally an island that you could run across like in minutes. Like the keys are very, very small. So everything is on water.
I haven't been there in a really long time. I didn't realize there were just like bars in the middle of the ocean like that.
Well, usually it's not in the middle of the ocean. It's tied up to a dock on the key. So this guy hopped on the tiki bar on the dock, unhitched, and pushed himself away. This guy didn't just roll out into the ocean and hop on a tiki bar. No, he stole the tiki bar
out in the middle of the ocean.
No, he took it out into the middle of the ocean, and the Coast Guard
out there
and the Coast Guard had to find him.
Some guy rode a turtle, got to work, and said, "Hey, this is my Uber." And then he got out on the tiki bar.
Next guy wins $5 million off a $20 scratch off. He decided to go with a full lump sum payment, which after taxes was $3,815 or $815,000.
Why would he do that?
Because I would take three. Because you're not gonna. You're probably It's probably $5 million over like. Probably like 50
he won
years.
$5 million. Okay, I'm sorry, I misunderstood that. I thought it was $50 million. I misread that, and I was like, "What the fuck is this guy doing?" Okay,
it'd probably be $5 million over like 50 years, which is still big, but you're probably still only going to get $4 million of that after taxes. So, like, I would probably just go.
Man, the retailer gets $10,000 just for selling the ticket. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. The Bass Pro up here by me. The last time, not this last year, but the year before that, the big prize was a brand new like tracker 19-foot bass boat, and the person won it from this place, and the lady said that they got a kickback of like 100 G's from Tracker. I was like, that is the craziest thing ever, running promotions like that.
Yeah, that's wild.
Like, that is super cool. So guy won $5 million off for $20.
Fuck yeah. Good
Shout out.
this fella.
Of course, he is from Florida. He's probably going to go spend it on asinine things. He's probably going to, like...
Yeah, if anything else comes up with this guy, you let me know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What's his name's Michael Estefanos. So,
good luck, Michael.
They're obviously never going to show a picture.
Is he the guy on the left?
No, that's an advertisement. They would never... If you win the lottery, they'll never show the picture of the person.
Have you ever seen that video of the guy accepting it in the Scream mask? He's like accepting a check in the Scream mask during.
That's pretty hilarious. I watched a documentary on people winning the lottery one time, and like 9 times out of 10, it like ruins your life.
Yeah, no, that's what they say. They go into like debt and shit like that.
Not only that, but like these people were robbed like 80 times. They couldn't get away. Like people found out where they lived and would not stop robbing them.
What the fuck?
Like literally, it's like you're a target at that point. Like these people had to like. The one couple had to like move literally into the middle of nowhere, which like I would be cool with it at some point, but like these people like had a family and a life, and they were like driven
Just
away from their community,
out, yeah.
Like over and over again, and like they had to like move like buy property in like Wyoming or something like that.
That's wild.
Crazy.
That it for this week?
That's it.
All right, so I want to give some shout out. Cody Donovan actually reached out to us this week. Well, I reached out to him and he hit me back, which is kind of blowing my mind because I don't realize why, or I don't understand why he's setting us up, to be honest with you. But I'm really appreciative that he is. So thank you so much, Cody. We're actually going to start getting some fighters on here, some pretty big names. I got some. Some UFC superstars on the phone right now in the old Rolodex, as you like to call it. And it's wild. I can't believe the show's progressing this much already. So I just want to thank all of you guys, too, for sharing, liking, reacting, staying with us. Stay reacted. I've been Kyle with a T. He's been the Gooch. We're out of here. Peace out. Thanks for having us, guys.
Peace.
I don't know why I'm saying this.